Hi, my name is Charlie Turnbull. I'm an international cheese judge. I have my own cheese shop. I'm pretty well known in the cheese industry. I've travelled quite a strange route to get here. My background is I grew up on a farm, a small farm in Surrey. We were doing lamb boxes and beef boxes back in the 80s. I was very lucky in that respect. Back at the time when a lot of people were getting very boring 70s and 80s food. I detoured. I went via engineering and accountancy and didn't come back to my farming roots until my 30s. I started working with some very good cheesemongers, some very good professionals in the industry. I started making little cheese myself in a sort of a learning way and set up my shop in Shaftesbury. It's a gorgeous hilltop town. It's sort of the gateway to the west. And my shop is on the high street there. We have cheesemongers, we have a coffee house, and we have a bistro. Britannia is really setting a new standard. It's bringing the best food onto the seas. It's doing something that nobody else is doing, and it's doing that through all the food heroes. And I think that they worked out relatively late today, after they'd taken all the pictures of their food heroes, that they had this glaring omission, which was cheese. And they started hunting around, and I popped up and said, look, I can do this for you. And I'm going to make sure that when you come on Britannia, you'll have the best cheese you've ever tasted. The team on P&O are going one further with Britannia than any other cruise ship, of bringing a market cafe, a sort of palazzo kind of environment right to the middle of their ship. And one of the characteristics is I'm going to be working with Eric Lanyard to do a deli kind of situation. We're calling it the Market Cafe Deli. We're going to have beautifully baked things with Eric, and we're going to provide on our side, or I'm going to provide on our side, the cheeses, the antipasti, the salamis, almost entirely with the British theme. And these cheeses are going to be 40 or so beautiful cheeses that you can have entirely through the cruise. They're not limited to lunchtimes or evening meals. They're going to be available throughout the day. And we are going to be doing tasting notes and platters and basically that kind of moment where you can just chill your boots, put some cards on the table, some cheeses to share, have a glass of wine, and just relax the afternoon away. One of the really fun things about it is that we'll be working with both the beer bar. We've got beers from every county of the UK available for you to drink on board now. How cool is that? Plus Ollie Smith's wine bar. So he will be bringing in through the glass out all his wines, and we will be matching them. So you'll be able to choose a cheese, and there'll be recommendations about what beers you might want to have with that, or what wines. It's going to be a great opportunity to work with the other food heroes. But P&O are very much trying to make sure that there's something for everybody, and there is somebody on board to bring the food alive at all times during the Britannia cruises. I'll be on 4 cruises. I'm really looking forward to them. I've chosen them myself. They're specifically areas that I want to get in and meet the cheeses. Come and meet them with me. We will be doing a lot of focus on the British cheeses, as on the tasting lectures that we'll be having on board, and matching them to British beers and also to wines. Now, the short excursions, we will be off board. We will be getting out, hopefully into the hills, to see the sheep or the goats or the cows where the actual milk is coming from. We'll be able to see it made. That might require an early get up. We'll see how we get on. And then we'll be moving on to seeing the cheese in a local restaurant. After that, we'll slow down a bit because, we'll have had a glass or two, and then we'll head off into the markets to see the cheeses being made and served in the cheesemongers, and we'll also see other foods and drinks that will be served alongside. Because seeing a cheese in its culture, seeing a cheese amongst its friends, is critical to enjoying it. So we're having a bit of fun. So I'll be around, probably in Ollie Smith's glass house a fair amount. See you there.